Southern Swing 2023. We are kicking it off. It's a good guy to kick it off with. It's maybe the top prospect in the 2025 class. David Sanders, Providence Day here in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is our first stop of what's going to be about a 2-week trip through Georgia, Florida. David, first of all, how are you doing? You going through spring workouts?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Doing some lifting today.
Yep.
How's everything going for you?
Everything's going good. We've been grinding since after Thanksgiving break from the season. So us and the guys have just been working hard in the weight room, getting faster, getting stronger. That's been the biggest thing for us. Getting some extra work on the field and getting prepared to win another state championship this year.
Yeah, you guys had a great season last year.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure it's been a very wild, maybe 6 months for you. You win a state championship. You continue to become kind of a national recruit. You're getting a lot of big-time coaches are recruiting you already. You get to go on some cool visits this spring. Where all did you go this spring?
So this spring I visited Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson, South Carolina, Alabama, and I think that was it. Yes, sir.
I mean, that's some of the best programs in the country
Yes,
right
sir.
there. Obviously, we're covering Ohio State. That was your first trip to Columbus?
That was my first trip to Columbus, yes, sir.
What were your impressions? Anything that maybe surprised you, stood out to you? And
Right.
just your thoughts on the visit?
So definitely, my biggest standout for the program just in general, I got to meet one of my favorite players of all time from Ohio State, Paris Johnson Jr. He was at the spring game. That was just a great opportunity just for me to talk to him and speak to him just about, we played the same position. We kind of looked alike when we were in high school. But the funny thing is, I was telling Coach how much I just admired his game when he was in high school through the time he was at Ohio State. But I got there Friday, I was telling him about it, and then he brought him to me, surprised me, which was really cool. So I got to talk to him for 30, 45 minutes. It was me and my parents and him, and he just gave me some great advice. So I really appreciate him and his time. It was really good. But just about the program in general, they're known for sending great linemen off to the NFL. They have a great track record of winning a lot of games, competing for national championships year in and year out. So obviously that's a big thing for me, being able to compete for a national championship. Overall, I really like Ohio State and what they stand for as a program.
Now, you got two teammates committed to Michigan, including your quarterback.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know if they're going to would they allow that? I mean, even if that's where you wanted to go.
Yeah, I mean, we support each other in everything. I feel like if I was to make that decision to go to Ohio State, they'd be just as supportive if I was to go to Michigan. I mean, we all have that love for each other that it doesn't matter where we go. It's just all about being happy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Georgia, obviously, back-to-back champions, able to visit there. What stood out maybe there? And I guess beyond that, what's it like to have Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, these are the best programs in the country, Clemson, recruiting you so
Yes,
far?
sir. Well, just having this opportunity is nothing but a blessing for me and my family. It's an opportunity to showcase to the world that I'm one of the best players in the country, and I just appreciate everything. But visiting those schools is a great opportunity to see what everybody has to offer. Every school has something different, but at the end of the day, wherever you go, everybody's 45-pound plate in the weight room is the same. Everybody has turf field or grass field, so it's all about where you feel most comfortable at and where you feel like what best fits you when you go.
What is, because you said every school's got something different. Well, every kid's got different things they look for. What do you look for on the visits, and kind of what's going to help you maybe eventually you have to narrow this thing down. Eventually you have to pick one of these schools.
Yes,
what's going to help you with that?
So definitely just a program that's known for winning first and foremost. Building a character kid that goes in as a young man and comes out as a man that develops you not on the field but off the field as well. I want to go somewhere with great academics and athletics to be able to compete for a national championship, but also get a quality education as well. So those are just some of the things that I'm looking forward to. Asking not only sports questions while I'm there, but just different things that they see within their scholar athletes, their student athletes. So mainly just enjoying the trip. These are my first time going to all these schools. I got a lot of offers as a freshman, but wasn't able to visit all the schools I had offers from. So during the spring was kind of the first time I really got to explore the country and see different schools. But it was a great experience.
You seem very grounded. This hasn't really messed with you too much.
Yes,
This can
sir.
go to people's heads. They
Right,
can
right.
distract them. It can do a lot of those things.
Right.
How do you stay kind of focused when you've got Kirby Smart and Nick Saban and Ryan Day wanting to talk to
Right,
you?
right. Well, first, my parents, they raised me to be a respectable, humble young man. So I've stayed on that track for my whole life. I have a great coaching staff here. We have a lot of experience on our coaching staff. My offensive line coach played 13 years in the NFL. My D-line coach played 9 years in the NFL. So they just teach me different things, how to talk in front of the camera, how to perform on the field, off the field, things like that. So Coach Greer, we have our 7 core values. If you stay within those 7 core values, I think you'll be pretty good in life. But overall, my parents have been my driver in my life, so I just appreciate everything they've done for me and to get me this far.
You told me, I think it was March at the Atlanta Under Armour camp, that you're interested in maybe being an orthopedic surgeon.
Yes, sir.
We kind of talked about that a little bit before. Where did that kind of stem from? Kind of tell us the story of where that interest came from.
Right, so a lot of people know I got injured my freshman year in our second game of the season at Carver in Atlanta. So that kind of sparked my interest in orthopedic surgery. Obviously, I was very sad that I got hurt, distraught that my season was over. But at the end of the day, you had to build a bridge and get over it. But I had a great doctor, Dr. Scannell. He actually went to the University of Georgia, which is pretty cool. So he talked to me about that and just about his process to becoming an orthopedic surgeon. And I really took to it and gained the interest for it.
Yeah. I'm sure you've probably relayed this to coaches that this might be an area of interest for
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes,
What's
sir.
the response kind of been to that? Because I think a lot of people are going to hear that and be like, oh, well, there's no way you're going to be able to balance that in football.
Right,
But,
exactly.
there are individuals who have done similar things,
Right.
but not a lot these days.
So, yeah, of course. Every time I say it, people are kind of surprised because, they expect you just to be kind of just the athlete, not really want to do anything except for just get through school and kind of get to the next level. But I take my education very serious. A lot of the coaches are very supportive of that thought and just the fact that I'm even thinking that far ahead. A lot of the programs I've been to are able to offer that major that I want to do in college. So that's pretty cool as well. So everybody seems pretty supportive over it. Obviously, it seems like it's going to be a lot of hard work if I were to continue with that career, but there's nothing you can't do.
Yeah. What's next for you as far as recruiting? Obviously, your focus right now is on your spring workouts and just
Right.
Becoming a better player and working on everything you need to work on. But are you going to do some camps or visits over the summer? Are you going to kind of table things until the fall and do some games? Like, kind of what's your plan moving forward?
Right, so mainly my focus right now is finishing off the second semester strong. I'm wrapping up these exams for school, and obviously getting it in with my team after school in the weight room. That's my biggest focus right now. During the summer, I might do a couple college camps just so I can interact with the coaches that I've met, see how they coach, if I even like that type of coaching style. That's my main thing, but nothing that's too stressful. Might go visit a couple more colleges, but we don't have anything set in stone right now. Everything's still on the table.
I'm not going to pin you down on certain schools, but with Ohio State, did you get enough out of that visit to maybe want to return at some point?
Of
And
course.
kind of, if so, when could you maybe see yourself getting back to Columbus?
Right. So as I was there, I actually met a couple of the 4 other offensive line commits that they have. So we've been in steady contact from that visit. A lot of them are thinking about going to camp over the summer. So I might go back during the summer, and I'll definitely be there for a game this year. Just the atmosphere that I've seen from a spring game. That was crazy. So I can't wait to see it in live action against a real opponent.
Yeah, Coach Fry has, it's only year 2 at Ohio State, but he's kind of put together this class. And have you had some contact? You've had some contact with him or
With the 2024
with Coach
class?
Fry, with Coach Fry
yes.
at Ohio State, and
Oh,
just
yes.
your thoughts on your interactions with Coach Fry so far.
Coach Fry is a great guy. Talking to Paris, that was his first year playing with Coach Fry, although he was being a different offensive line coach his other 2 years. But he had nothing but great things, high regards and respect for Coach Fry, which I got from my visit with him. I was with him for 2 days, got to talk to him about not only football, but just life in general. He seemed like a very level-headed coach that wants the best for his athletes, not only on the field, but off the field as well. So I really enjoyed my time with Coach Fry, and he has came up to my school twice already during the spring for the live period to watch me work out and just come say what's up to me while I'm at school. So it's just been a great experience to have him in my corner, knowing that I'm one of his top guys in the class of 2025. So I really enjoy him as a person and as a coach.
Well, we appreciate you doing this, David. We know you're busy. We know a lot of people are wanting your time
Yes, sir.
these days, and so we always appreciate you guys doing this. And do us a favor and kind of stay grounded. This is don't let this process get to you. You know,
Yes, sir.
keep the smile and the attitude,
Yes, sir.
and everything else will work out great. I think for
I
you.
appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
So thanks for doing this, and we'll probably be down to see you in the fall, possibly.
Sounds good.
And good luck here.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.